everyone, my name is Noori Khan. IDA UK presents to you a series of podcasts, The Dentistry Journey. With this series, we hope to inspire a generation of dentists, dental professionals, and young dentistry enthusiasts who wish to embark on this highly rewarding journey by stories, shared experience, and wisdom from our dental leaders. We also want to give voice to the overseas dentists in the UK and to share their journey. Today, the guest of honor is also a very dear friend of mine. She has a luminous personality, a confident smile, and if I need to straighten things out, then I know she's the one to call. So please welcome my very dear friend, Dr. E.T. Jain. E.T. has completed her master's in orthodontics in the year 2013 and since then has done a PG diploma in minimally invasive restorative dentistry, which she completed in the year 2019. She works as a practicing orthodontist in a private practice for Portman Dental in Maidenhead as well as in Reading. She has authored several articles in eminent journals such as the World Journal of Orthodontics, the American Journal of Orthodontics, and the Dental Update UK. E.T. is quite experienced in bespoke smile design and works with various orthodontic systems in her practice. She lives in High Wycombe with her husband and 8-year-old daughter Ashni. Out of work, she enjoys competitive rowing, she has an affinity for gardening, and loves to go to the gym. Personally, I find E.T. to be a very kind-hearted and warm and friendly person. And yes, she's also a lot of fun. So, E.T., how does it feel like to be on the hot seat today?
Well, Noori, I'm quite excited, a bit nervous, I would say. But I think when I have you, there's no reason why I should feel nervous about it. So yeah, quite excited to go ahead.
All right, that's great to hear. So let's start with our first question. E.T., why did you choose to be in dentistry and what was your reason to move to the UK?
Well, I did not choose dentistry. It was in my fate, I guess. I always wanted to be in a medical seat, but because of the scores I got, I went into dentistry. But I would not regret, I would say, because it's something I would say it is quite achievable and quite equivalent to medical seat. And yeah, that's the reason how I got into dentistry. The reason I came into UK is again, I never wanted to go abroad, but I got married to Amit, who is my husband, and he was here, he was working, and after marriage, I have to join him, and that's how I'm practicing dentistry in UK.
That's good to know. Like that's the story for most of us who've come here. And what is your educational background, E.T.? Like, give us some more information and about your journey until here.
So it's a very exhaustive list, but I will make it a bit concise and interesting. I got into BDS and I've done BDS in India from one of the very renowned college in Bangalore. Then I cleared All India entrance for postgraduate. I got 10th rank in it, and I went into Manipal University, which is again a very esteemed university in India, and I got into orthodontics. Soon after that, I joined my husband in UK. I did my ORE in first attempt, and I did dental nursing as well. And that was one of the best thing I would say I did, along with my ORE preparation. And after that, I joined NHS dentistry. I've been doing orthodontics and general NHS dentistry since 8 years. And 3 years back, I've done a postgraduate diploma course in aesthetics from Monique Wasant. And also, last but not the least, I've enrolled myself for a postgraduate diploma in aligner therapy as well.
Would you recommend it, or?
Nuri, I would say it was a very game-changing course in terms of the way you look into the dentistry. It is not only tell you how to do more private or how to, like do a private cases, but actually it transforms the way you look into dentistry and the way you start doing your work. It actually improves your skills a lot, I would say. So it depends on what you want. If you really want to enhance a skill, or is it you looking to go more private, I would highly recommend it.
So like all of us, you started as NHS dentistry, and now you are mainly doing a lot of private dentistry. So how did you transition, and what would your advice be?
Noori, I would say NHS is a really good platform for an overseas dentist to start their journey with. And it's really good in a way that it offers a lot to exempt patients who cannot afford. Nevertheless, the down part of it is it does not offer everything like aesthetics and orthodontics for adults. That's where I'm specialized in, actually. So in a way, for me, it was a bit frustrating because I couldn't offer much of aesthetics to adults specifically. And that's how I decided after 8 or 9 years that I think it's the time for me to move from NHS to private. It's very rewarding to work in private, same as NHS. And I think the journey was not very smooth. You do need quite knowledge, skills. Your communication skills needs to be really good. But again, like I said before, it depends on what you really want. Where I specialized and where I come from, NHS do not cover most of the treatment modalities, and so I was being forced to push into private rather than me being choosing to go into private.
Yes, that's quite understandable. You know, you've done your master's in orthodontics, and you would want to bring those skills with you in your practice. What kind of systems do you use in your practice, and how do you work with different kind of systems, orthodontic systems?
So
How do you incorporate?
our practice is quite digital. We have CAD CAM, we have CBCT scanners. Obviously, digital OPG is one of the basic things nowadays, and we got a Trio scanner and a Dentsply scanner, which is one of the best. So our workflow is quite digital. So we always start with a digital consultation, a face-to-face digital consultation to explain patient how they will look before and after. And we use different systems like MBT fixed bracket systems, clear braces, Damon braces, clear aligner therapy. I'm a big fan of Invisalign. I'm not promoting any company over here, but I love doing Invisalign, which I have been doing from past 10 years.
Okay, that's good. What kind of courses did you undergo, like, to start on short-term orthodontics?
I would highly recommend anybody who would like to go for fixed orthodontics as a 6-month smile. A 6-month smile to start with, because they teach you the basic biomechanics of braces and the wire. And obviously, then you can go ahead and do some postgraduate diploma courses and more intensive courses in orthodontics if you want to go for fixed. For clear aligners, I started with Invisalign Go first. Then I did Invisalign comprehensive course, and like I said you before, I've enrolled myself in postgraduate diploma in aligner therapy, and I'm looking forward to do much more complicated cases now using aligner therapy.
So what are your thoughts with a lot of general dentists embarking on this short-term orthodontics? What do you think?
It's a,
Um,
it's a very controversial topic, Nuri, but I'm glad you have brought it up. I would highly recommend general dentists should do more and more of short-term orthodontics, because I think there's a bit of shortage of orthodontists all over. And if I would say the general dentist is the first gateway where the patients see them. And if they could recognize and they could add on to somebody's smile, then why not? But of course, I would recommend they should have a good knowledge about what case they should choose and pick, and leave the cases which they feel they are not confident, or maybe they're not competent, to a more skillful person, which could be a specialist orthodontics, or somebody like a special interest can do the justified job in those cases.
so, where does ET see herself in the future? What is your career progression plans from now?
Uh, Recently, I've been to private practice, and I'm a very great fan of digital dentistry, and I'm enjoying a lot at the moment. And I would like to progress myself more into that, where we can print the aligners in one day. We can, rather than waiting for few weeks for Invisalign to deliver the aligners, maybe we can make the aligners in-house and give them straight away. So all I could see myself is to educate more and more myself, to give a better smile to each and everyone who deserve. That is my goal. And definitely in terms of career progression, I would like to do more complicated cases and give a better smile to everyone. There's so many people who are really struggling to have confidence to smile. And if we could do something in it, then that would be my greatest achievement, I would say.
Now, I know you are not just a career woman, you have a family as well. You are a mother to a 6-year-old Ashni. What would your advice be for women who are trying to juggle their personal as well as their career life? How do you do it?
Nuri, I would say it's very challenging, and motherhood is, I would say, the most challenging field I felt, much more than orthodontics, much more than dealing with any patient. You always end up in a guilt where, are you spending enough time with your daughter or not? Are you giving her too much, or are you giving her too less? I feel like I'm a juggler, and I'm juggling between the family and the practice. But I would say, just believe in yourself. You are a mother. You have created someone. So how could you be wrong? Maybe you may give them less, or maybe you may give them more. But I would say, whatever you're doing in terms of your boundaries, I think you're doing the best. So just believe in yourself and go ahead with your instinct.
When you're not practicing dentistry, what do you do in your free time? What are your hobbies? Just what else?
Nuri would be surprised. I'm a gym person. I reduced 12 kgs. I think you have seen me before. I was quite bulky.
Yeah.
So suddenly I started this weight loss program, and I love going to gym. I do go quite often, and that is one of my hobby, I would say. But the main is gardening. And you have been to my home. I've got a pretty garden, and I spend most of the time there doing plantation. Couldn't grow much of vegetables, but I'm good in growing flowers. And I think you will agree with me on that.
Your garden was really beautiful, and I can see the love and the care and the effort. Oh, amazing. Amazing. We need some more of those parties, garden
Thank you so
parties.
much, Nuri. I'm sure I will do a bit more, maybe in summer, and or maybe when winter is a little bit more often.
So now that you say you like to garden a lot, what would be your gardening hacks? What would you say? You can give me 3 gardening hacks maybe for our listeners.
I would say, anybody to have a good garden, first you have to love plants. You cannot just treat them as an ornament in your house, just as a show off. You have to love them. Then only they're going to grow healthy. Second is, you need to give them water. You need to take care of them, do the weeds yourself. I've seen people who get gardeners. I have gardener as well, but when he comes, I think he just do 50% of job and he leaves the things as it is. And I could see when you do the things yourself, you can see the results. They will start loving you and they will show you a lot of colors in your life.
Finally, what do you think about IDA? And how do you think IDA can contribute to dentistry?
Well, Noori, first of all, I can't thank you enough to introduce me to IDA. I think I know you before pandemic, so it's around 3 to 4 years we know each other. And I knew you as a person. I didn't knew you as IDA, one of the renowned person in IDA. And then you started telling us about IDA, what it do and how the things are like. So I was a bit not sure about what it is initially. But then through you, obviously, I started going to this IDA and now I know a few more people over there. I would say it's a great platform, not just for Indian dentists, but for any dentist who would like to have fun, who would like to unwind the stress in their life. Great connection platform, I would say. I met lovely people over there, and I do call them now to understand how to open new practice. There are some practice owners, there are some business marketing people, there are some investors as well in IDA, and we can have a great connection with them in case of we need advice or whatever you want. So yeah, highly recommended, and it's a very good platform for making friends, connections and whatnot, and a great food every party. So you work hard, and I would say party harder with IDA.
So it was such a nice conversation, E.T. We've had really good conversation and hope the listeners have taken something back as well. Thank you for coming here and thank you for your time. Thanks a lot.
Well, Noori, thank you so much for dubbing this for me, and I am quite grateful that you chose me rather than so many girls around the corner. So I cannot thank you enough, and IDA, to give me this opportunity to be here and put on my voice about what the things are like. That's it, really. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.